Let me say something that sounds uncomfortable but honest. Most career changes do not fail because women chose the wrong new path. They failed because the same unexamined self walks into a different job. And if you do not understand why that matters, you will repeat the same exhaustion just with a different title. Stay with me because if rest, leave, or vacations did not fix your burnout, this will explain exactly why. You know this moment, you finally stepped away. You took the leave, the trip, the break you have been promising yourself for years. For a few days, your shoulders dropped. Your sleep improved. Your mind quieted. And then, without warning, Sunday night arrived. The familiar heaviness crept back in. Not panic, not drama, just that deep, sinking knowing, I don't want to go back. By Monday morning, the exhaustion returned, even though you were technically rested. And that is when the question forms. What if I just need a different career? So you start planning a change and it feels hopeful. Finally, movement. But here is what no one prepares you for. Most career changes fail after the initial relief wears off. The new role starts well. You feel lighter, seen, energized, and then 6 months in, a year in, the same tension returns. Different job, same internal exhaustion. And women are left thinking, what is wrong with me? Nothing. What failed wasn't your courage, it was the strategy. Here is the myth we need to dismantle carefully. Burnout is not a rest problem. If rest were the solution, your breaks would have healed this. Your sabbatical would have fixed it. Your reduced workload would have restored you. But burnout is not about tired muscles. It is about chronic internal misalignment. You can rest your body while continuing to betray your values. You can change jobs without changing the internal contract you live by. And when that contract stays invisible, every external change eventually collapses. Here is the core insight most career advice skips. Burnout is rarely about the job itself. It's about who you have to be to survive that job. The agreeable one, the always on one, the high performing, low needs one, the version of you that swallows discomfort and calls it professionalism. Over time, that identity becomes exhausting. And when women change careers without addressing that identity, they recreate the same emotional dynamics, just in a different environment. That's why most career changes fail. Not because women are not brave enough, because the internal system was never updated. Let's slow this down. When a woman is burned out, she often believes one of two things. Either I chose the wrong career, or I just need something completely different. But the real issue is usually neither. It's unresolved internal conflict between who you are now and who your life has built for 10 or 15 years ago. And unless that conflict is named, every new role eventually feels like another trap. So, what actually works? Not as external escape, internal realignment. That means asking questions most women were never taught to ask. What parts of myself have I been suppressing to stay successful? What values am I violating quietly, daily, in the name of stability? What emotional labor am I performing that no one sees but I feel? What does my nervous system actually need to function well now. Notice these questions. Don't ask, what job should I do next? They ask, who am I becoming? And what kind of life can hold her? That's the missing step. Here is a metaphor that makes this clear. Imagine moving houses because you feel constantly uncomfortable. New place, fresh paint, different neighborhood, but you bring all the same clutter, the same habits, the same unresolved tension. At first, it feels better. Then the mess reappears. Most career changes fail because women change environments without changing internal patterns. Different office, same emotional load. Let me give you a pop culture image. Think of a long-running series where the main character evolves, but the script does not. So the character feels out of place in their own story. That's mid-career burnout. You have grown, your values have matured, your tolerance has shifted, but your career narrative has not caught up. The solution is not to cancel the show, it's to rewrite the storyline. Here is the reframe that changes everything. Burnout is data. It is not proof you failed. It is not evidence you are ungrateful. It is not signs you are weak. It is information about misalignment. When women treat burnout as data instead of a defect, their career changes stop being reactive. They become intentional, strategic, and sustainable. Let me anchor this clearly. If your last career change did not work, you did not lack discipline. If you are afraid to change again, you are not broken. If you are tired of starting over, you are not resistant to growth. You are wiser now, and wisdom asks for integration, not escape. So before you make another move, before you burn another bridge, before you assume this is the final answer, pause. Stabilize your identity. Name the misalignment. Clarify your internal boundaries, because when those come first, your next career move will not feel dramatic. It will feel grounded, clean, peaceful, and instead of failing quietly months later, it will finally fit the woman you have become. I'll see you.